It's gonna be alright.
Hello and welcome to the SusPOD. I'm Alessia, a former member from the Bristol Suspensions, a mixed UK a cappella group. In honour of reaching 10 years, a decade of the Bristol Suspensions, on the 3rd of February, we will be having a big show to celebrate called Suspensions. See what I did there? And it will be celebrating our 10-year anniversary. So keep it in your diaries. And over the next couple of weeks, we'll be interviewing somebody from each generation, hearing about their favourite songs, what their experience was like in the group, and also, of course, a little bit of a cappella gossip. So tune in. And without further ado, enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome to the 7th episode of the SusPOD. We are here with Sam and Robbie from Gen 7. Hey guys.
Hey.
Thanks so much for coming on. So to start off, I wanted to know, how did you hear about SusPs? And when did you join and what did you think about it when you first joined? So Sam, let's start with you.
So I heard about Suspensions when I was in my first year at university, and someone in an audition for a different society asked me if I would be interested in auditioning. And I said yes, and then I didn't turn up. And then I regretted it. And then in my second year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And then I auditioned and got in. And it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Robbie?
I remember Sam's audition. It was very good.
Thank you.
I
disagree.
you don't say that. I was also in my first year.
Yeah.
I heard about Suspensions. Was from Matthew Belsey, who was in Gens 2, 3 and 4, I think. Mm-hmm. And I was also at an audition for Musical Theatre Bristol. Mm-hmm. And he was like, yeah, you should audition for Suspensions as well. And I liked his vibe. So I was like, you know what? A cappella sounds really lame, but I'll give it a go. I'll grace it with my presence, you know.
Do you still feel that way?
Yeah. Anyone who disagrees is lying. So I auditioned and got in. I was very happy. And yeah, I was in the group for 4 years, so I was very glad to have been in it.
Amazing. But so the elephant in the room about this year was that it was the COVID year. So we just come from a summer of COVID. We'd done the online Fringe festival, and then we had, it was online auditions for the first time, wasn't it?
It was.
Video audition. And how was that? Robbie, you were MD this year.
It was, yes.
What was that like going from Gen 6 where you had half a year in person and then suddenly we're thrown into having to do online rehearsals all of a sudden and ICCA is on the horizon?
Yeah, it was actually really exciting, I think. You know, it was Suspensions, we'd had a lot to live up to. So being given this year of, you know, no one really knows what they're doing, see what you want to do with it, make the most of this year. It was exciting. So we were like, right, here's what we're going to do. We don't know what any of the other groups are going to do, so we'll just kind of make our own way. And I think it worked.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely worked. And also we didn't have stuff like Bosworth to perform all together or see other groups. Yeah. So like you said, we were just completely clueless on what everyone else was doing. And so for us, it was just a focus on getting stuff out and just getting our music online so that we had some kind of presence.
Exactly. But I think definitely for me in my first couple of years of Suspensions, it was a huge part of our uni experience. And I wanted to make sure that didn't drop off for a lot of the newbies especially.
And it didn't. Yeah. It really didn't.
Good.
You know, I think all of the learning was still there. All of the rehearsals was still there. All of the responsibility was still there. So it didn't feel like we weren't having a proper experience. It just happened to be through a camera.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm glad that's the case because I was worried. I thought, you know, at the time doing these 4 hours of Zoom rehearsals every week, people might not enjoy doing it. It might feel a bit of a waste of time. But yeah, from what I've heard since is that people really enjoyed doing those because it was 4 hours of your week where you had something to do.
Exactly.
In a time where we didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah, and Mooney was kind of off.
Yeah.
So it was great fun.
I think we really made the most of it as well and got so much content out. And I think a lot of people in the group can say this, my guilty pleasure is sometimes when I'm having a whole susps night, you YouTube the Bristol Suspensions and you watch it and you just go into an absolute rabbit hole watching video after video after video. And
We did a lot of videos in that
so
time.
many videos that year. And I was saying to Gen 6 as well, when this episode came out last week, you see the progression of the video quality and the music that we produced that year and how much we grew. And we were so lucky to have such an amazing musical direction team, and also video editor, audio editor,
Marketing.
like everything. Just so like that was Ryan on the video, Nathan on the audio, like marketing, and just the arrangements were incredible. And we were so lucky to have that team to kind of produce that really high quality content. And I think, it always fills me with like nostalgia and pride when I watch those videos back.
It was sort of it was planned. I knew that it was going to be a year of online stuff. We probably weren't going to get to do anything in real life.
Yeah.
So as soon as the year started, I was like, right, we've got a couple of months to get going, and then we're going to have to start recording our ICCA video. So I was like, let's get going. Let's do a couple of music videos so that everyone knows what they're doing by the time we get to the one that counts. And yeah, as you say, like those first couple, they were good, but like definitely move your feet. Like you can see that we grew from that.
I loved it though. I think that
it was great
fun.
Yeah.
Don't stop the beat. I can't control my feet. The people in the street. Come on, everybody, move your feet.
It was a really fun video. But then, of course, the Heartburn song was like, for all of us, was such a fun video to do.
It was so fun.
That was the highlight of the year, I think.
100%.
And also, I remember our call when we were talking about creative ideas for the Heartburn song.
Yeah.
We had like a Zoom call. It must have been like really early on in the year.
Yeah. I think it was just like after rehearsal or something. We were like, stick on and talk about what we're going to do for the video idea. And then I remember I was like, well, in the original video, Lawrence eat loads of spicy food. Could we do something crazy like... And then that idea just kind of snowballed into, let's give everyone in the group a hot chili pepper that they have to eat on video. And I think, didn't we have to like check with the group to make sure everyone was okay with that? Yeah.
So funny.
Because we're like, it sounds like a fun idea, but also that is putting a lot of pressure on people to do something they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Your chili was...
It was spicy.
went for it.
It was spicy. Look, my dad's Middle Eastern, and he was like, "We're gonna do this properly. We're gonna do it at all." And I was awful. It was so much fun.
I love seeing the differences between the chilies that everyone got. Like Naomi had this little tiny chili.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
And like a tiny little carton of milk as well that she had to drink.
Your ice cream, I remember.
My ice cream. And what was the other? Oh, Hamish's reaction.
Bless him. Those hiccups.
Crying, hiccuping, the lot.
Bless him. And he messaged me afterwards saying, I'm so sorry, I got my part wrong. Do you want me to re-record it? And I watched it. I was like, this could be the entire video.
Release that as the video.
It's just perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. So yeah, that was so much fun. And then
it was fun.
Just the production that went into that from our own members. Like, that's phenomenal that we had COVID and everyone in the group, because that was the year we did Fast Tracks, right?
Yes.
That was the year that everyone like split up and was developing their own skills. So like in the Fast Tracks, for example, there was a musical director, there was a video editor, there was an audio editor, and everyone did their little role. So I feel like for me as well, it was such a growth, a year for
personal development.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. And Sam, you were like one of the key soloists in Heartburn as well.
Yeah.
That was such a good solo.
That was daunting because like it's my first year and this is like the song to kind of kill it. Yeah. And I feel like I did a pretty good job.
Yeah, you did.
I feel like I did. And like with the other three as well, I think it just was, musical director, you ran the auditions for that. You oversaw that. You kind of decided who would sound the best together. And I think we really killed it.
Yeah, for sure. I loved Jazz's solo as well.
Oh,
Jazz was great.
Yeah.
And Oscar and Rach, all incredible.
I mean, we just all had so much fun with it. And like just like jazzy and funky. Oh, it was great fun.
Arrangement so much.
It's a fabulous.
Shout out to Oscar Andresia for the arrangement.
Yeah, and so speaking of Heartburn, what were your thoughts and feelings? Because obviously we went into the first ever online ICCA, which first of all was
First
so
and
weird.
only.
First and only, exactly. And it's the first time we'd seen other people's videos, other groups' videos. We had no idea what they were going to be. And I don't know, for me, that was really, really exciting to see what everyone had gone away and done, like creativity-wise. Like everyone had such different ideas.
True.
And it was so fun to see that. And then, so like, what was that like for you guys watching it? Because we were all watching it in our rooms.
Yeah, we were on a little Zoom watching ICCA's develop.
Dressed up.
Like, yeah.
With Prosecco.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, little bow ties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a bit surreal because we'd obviously worked so hard on it, but kind of like by ourselves. So I don't know. It kind of felt really personal.
Yeah.
In that way, like to see ourselves on the screen and to see ourselves and all the work that we'd done.
Yeah.
There, like not even for like the group, but for everyone else on the stream watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So surreal to know that hundreds of people were actually really watching that in real time.
Exactly.
And like, how are they going to react? Like,
Yeah.
are they going to enjoy
We
this?
just never know.
Is it too weird? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It was so surreal.
for sure.
Yeah. And but then how was that? I love the videos that we captured from the Zoom calls from when we won quarters and finals. That was surreal. How did you feel like that being your first year and winning first year? Because SusPs have never won ICCAs, and then suddenly you're in the group and we've won. Like, what was that like?
I don't know. I feel like it was all my doing. I mean, common denominator. I was the only one that year, you know. No, I mean, I watched that video like maybe 2 weeks ago. It's in my favorites on my phone still because I always notice something new that a different member has done in that video that I've never noticed before. But yeah, no, it was just unbelievable, like totally unexpected. Like I knew that the Suspensions had a reputation. I knew that already going in. Like I was nervous for my audition. You know, I waited for that email for a little bit. Like, terrified, right?
I think we can all say
But
we did that
and
for sure.
but to have us win with like even quarters was like what? But yeah, to win nationals was something else. Like something like obviously Pitch Fight came third.
Yeah.
And we heard from the University of Bristol, hold our breath.
Yeah.
Hold our breath. And then there was kind of like a collective wave.
Yeah.
And then the Tectonics came second and we were like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is going to happen next? And then from the University of Bristol, tears started flowing.
Yeah.
You two cried.
Yeah.
You two did cry.
Yeah.
I can say I didn't cry, but you two cried, and for good reason.
For us, it was such an emotional moment. I mean, coming so close in fourth year for you, and then again in fifth year, and then also just like all the work that we put into that video, and like regardless on how the judges responded to that, for us it was our baby, and it just that was what kept us going that year as well because of COVID. And I think feeling that appreciation from the rest of the a cappella community was really overwhelming. And like actually, because we've come close as a group before, and I just don't think I'd ever believed in my mind that we would win ever. And so that moment was so surreal. I was just sad that we went all together. But you know, just having that video, like having that footage of the moment we found out was incredible.
From the University of Bristol, it's the Bristol Suspensions. Congratulations.
Congratulations to the Suspensions. We look forward to seeing you in the final.
What?
Yeah.
It was
real highlight.
It was.
And then of course after that, as marketing manager, that was the most chaotic week of my entire life. The week after we won UK finals, we had so many emails and messages from, you know, Epigram and like BBC Radio Bristol, BBC Points West, ITV West Country. And this morning, I remember that email coming through, and I was like practicing for a French presentation. I was like, I've got to leave. And I just went... immediately left and was like, I need to jump on this hot because like TV just moves so quickly. And I knew if I wasn't on it that evening, then it just wouldn't happen. So
it was Lottie Regan's influence.
Yeah, it was Lottie was working as a runner at the time. Thank you, Lottie. And what kind of was like to one of her seniors, oh, my old a cappella group's just won this, if you want to maybe use it. And then so they reached out to us. And I remember I got on the phone with them and they were like, so we want you, it's Tuesday today, we want you live on air 10 a.m. Friday. And I remember thinking, oh my God, okay. And then they said, oh, and also we were wondering, would you be able to do an a cappella cover of our intro and have that to us by Thursday? And I remember, yeah.
Sure.
Sure. So I remember I immediately messaged you and you went away, arranged it in like a day. Everyone recorded their parts, sent it over. Nathan edited it overnight and then we sent it.
Yep.
They loved it, but that was so
the quickest thing.
crazy.
It was
such
oh
a
my
quick
God.
turnaround. And then it was on TV.
It was on TV.
That's
That was a
nuts.
This Morning theme.
I remember sat in my living room with my housemates, like, everyone be quiet. It's coming, it's starting. I skipped a class.
Yes.
I skipped a class, not that anyone was really going to class at that point.
Yeah.
And we all just sat like wide-eyed at this TV, like,
How was the experience of doing that arrangement in particular so quickly for you? Because it was stressful for me.
well, I can imagine it was probably a lot more stressful for you than it was for me, because it was just one part, and the theme tune is 35 seconds long.
True.
But like
Everyone knows it
I
as well.
can't read music, so I do everything by ear.
Yeah.
So I just had to drill it, and obviously it was so important and so exciting. And who doesn't want their voice on this
Literally.
damn morning?
Very true.
So I just did what had to be done, but it was just stressful.
It was.
In the best way. Like it was like just that from rehearsal to getting it in was probably about 2 hours, and we just had it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just just such a thrill.
I remember asking the group at large, like, this is what we're going to do. If anyone doesn't want to do it, then no worries. Like, it's a very short notice thing. But there was no one that didn't want to do it. I was like,
Of course not.
my voice is going to be on live TV. Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
It was crazy.
How was that interview for you? Because for me, I don't think I have ever been more terrified of anything in my life. No job interview, no audition will ever be as scary as that moment. I was so scared I was going to swear.
Yeah.
That was my biggest
Who was it?
fear.
It was you, me, and Emily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dermot and Alison.
Oh yeah. Demi.
Crazy. And I remember we were on the Skype call and there was a 30-second countdown. And it was at that moment where my voice was just like, you're not going to breathe now. And I just couldn't catch my breath. And it was so scary. But I think it went really well. How was it for you? Because we were all in our own.
I don't really remember it.
Really?
No, I think I just blacked out.
Right, yeah.
I remember at the end when Alison was like, can I be part of the group? And I was like, sure. And she's like, it's going to be all right.
Robbie, as the musical director, do you think you've got a place for one more?
Of course, Alison. Come over and sing with us anytime, please.
It's gonna be all right!
Thank you. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys. And we can watch it on
Thank
YouTube.
you.
The
We can
finals
watch
on
the
YouTube
live.
tomorrow night.
Yeah, good luck.
Best of luck, Bristol Suspensions.
Such an iconic bit.
So funny.
That was unbelievable. Yeah, definitely a highlight for me personally.
And it was lovely because we had the support of all our alumni
Yeah.
on our group chat. Like,
And like the rest of the a cappella community, so that is such a big show to be on. And I think it was just, it was really surreal. And then so after that, we started rehearsing a bit more in person, didn't we? Because we filmed Rise.
we did.
That was fun. Like 3 a.m. wake up
Yes.
on that parking garage. Like it was fantastic. That's one of my fondest memories, I think. It's like
amazing.
watching the sunrise, getting in the Uber at 3:30 with you and Rosa, like a mess. Like I didn't have any of the clothes. I wore all of Morris's things. It was just all of it. Well, I won the award at the end, most borrowed. My shoes, my trousers, my shirt. I think I actually owned my own shirt, but the jacket, the trousers, everything was just not mine. And watching the sunrise while that played in the background was just so cool. It was the original song written for the group, so it was kind of even more special.
That was such a good moment.
It was lovely. Yeah.
Rise of the light, air in my lungs and fire in my eyes. Rise, rise, not see clearly who I am for the first time. I will rise.
I think that was a very important part of my year as well, was getting to do an original song.
Yeah.
Like, Suspensions had never done an original song before, and then it was written for us because we won a competition in Gen 6.
Yeah.
And then we kind of, it was given to us as a melody and a guitar part, and then the arranging team kind of pieced together like what we're going to do with this in like an a cappella song. And I think it was an interesting one. It was, there's things I had changed about it now, but doing it as a music video I think was very, very exciting. Yeah.
But then of course we didn't get to do Fringe that year.
We didn't.
So what did we do instead? So we had Red Hot, which we recorded remotely in
No, we recorded them in your flat, yeah.
Yeah, in our
with
flat.
Rosa and Nathan.
Yeah, kind of. No, I guess it wasn't remotely.
Yeah, everyone came in and did them separately, but it turned out amazing.
Oh,
Everyone did such a good job.
Such a good job. It's one of the it's my favorite album for sure that SusPOD have done. And over summer, because we didn't get Fringe, we went to Leicester for was it for a week?
I think so, yeah.
It was for a week.
5 nights.
But then a couple of us had COVID. There were a couple of members that couldn't make it. And then that was, for me, that was such a good trip because we got so much content filmed.
We did.
And I think that was the overall goal, to kind of, because we didn't have Fringe to do a live performance and get stuff out there, we just did a week where we could bond, but also like film loads of stuff for YouTube and TikToks and stuff. I think that was the first time with the Good For You girls video that we'd ever got like a video that performed well on TikTok, which was such a fun thing. But then we had the upper lower voice medleys, which even though you weren't there, you got involved with remotely, which is such iconic.
That was great.
Such an iconic video. And the girls did Mamma Mia medley. And
Spice Girls was one of my favourite arrangements that I did. I really, really enjoyed doing that. I think giving everyone their own little solo, and then because Sammy couldn't come, but you still recorded your
two become one.
Two become one.
Yeah, on a little laptop.
Such a good moment.
When two become one, need some love like I never needed love before.
I think Leicester was great for me as well, because we'd been trying to go away as a group to spend some quality time together for a long time.
Yeah.
Like the end of Gen 6, we had planned to go to New York, which was cancelled because of COVID. Then we also didn't get to go to Fringe that year because of COVID. We didn't get to go to Fringe in Gen 7 because of COVID. So this was like the first trip away that we'd done as a group for 2 years.
Yeah.
So to spend some time together was really lovely. We did Come Dine With Me. Nice.
Yes, we did. That was so
we're split into like 4 groups. Then each group had a little. Were you on my team? We did the
No.
ABBA, Mamma Mia.
No, that wasn't me.
Okay, you won, didn't you?
I don't know if we did. I think we did. Did
Because
we?
you made us all get into a spaceship when we were eating our dinner. We were like, whoa.
That was really fun. Yeah, that was a really fun, like creative thing that we did.
Fun.
A lot of bonding.
It was
those
good.
evenings.
I enjoyed it. That was like my last thing in Suspensions, really.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, we came back and we did a couple of gigs. We went to any of those gigs that we did on nights?
No, I couldn't do them.
And that was it, really. Did a couple of gigs and then I was like, see ya.
Sad that we didn't, well, I guess Leicester was that kind of ending point, but sad that we didn't get a big Fringe where we could have all been together for 2 weeks, and then really had that, full stop at the end of SusPs.
Yeah.
But
Well, the full stop at the end of SusPs, 10 year.
10 years, which leads us really nice. Well, so I wanted to talk a bit about what were your favourite, both like fondest memories from Gen 7. Sam, what was your favourite memory?
I think the Zoom call that we had when we would just won the final and talking and just like celebrating together, crying together, for some of you.
But what about you? What's your fondest memory?
I've been racking my brains just as Sam was talking. I can't really pick one. I think definitely that first rehearsal when you weren't there.
That's why.
That's the best memory I had. No, that was incredible for me because like first ever rehearsal as MD, like seeing a couple of newbies there, trying to, bring up the spirits, even though we were kind of like, oh, COVID's a bit gross. That was really fun. I really, really enjoyed that.
Okay. So
Did you have a favourite memory from Gen 7?
I've been trying to think.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's so hard because there are so many like personal goals, but also just so many wholesome moments with the whole group. I think Leicester was a highlight for sure because a lot of us were all together. Doing the graduation little thing was really sweet. I made like graduation certificates for everyone, and then
I've thought of another good one.
oh yeah,
I think I'm not sure if this was Gen 7, but we did an alumni Christmas quiz. I think it was Gen 7. It was organised by Dan Mailer. And like
Yes, we did do
everyone
that.
was there.
yeah, that was a big.
Every
that went on for
single
hours.
It was like a 5-hour Christmas
Yeah, it
quiz.
was like an online scavenger hunt. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. And how was that for you? How was that for you? Like getting to know the alumni through Zoom calls at that point.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice. Like interacting on social media with people that I'd never met in person before was just,
You had a connection.
yeah, exactly. Was just so, I don't know, I just felt really welcomed.
Yeah.
It's just a really nice community to be a part of. Like there's now so many of
There's
us.
so many of us.
And it's just so welcoming. And even now the alumni chat still goes on.
Yeah,
Like,
it does.
you know, people are still so invested in the group's trajectory. And I think, including myself, obviously. And I just think it's so special. It's something that like, I am certainly proud to be a part of. And like, I don't know, it's just, I appreciate it a lot because I felt really comfortable when I would get into physical social situations with people and be like, oh, well, we've spoken over Messenger or over WhatsApp or whatever. Like we already had bridged that gap. So there was kind of no awkwardness or anything. I don't know. It was, yeah.
Which leads us really nicely into how excited you guys are for 10 years.
Yeah. Seeing a lot of alumni.
Yeah.
So I've not seen
It's going to be so many people. Yeah.
So many people. And like even the new Gen 10.
Yeah.
Which is absolute, like unfathomable.
Yeah.
Like how has that happened
10
already?
years. Feels like only
decade of
yesterday that
suspension.
was 5 years.
Literally. Yeah. But yeah, I'm so excited to see all the different year groups like to perform again as a group, but probably for the first time as the whole of Gen 7 or like most Gen 7 live on a stage.
Really? Yeah.
What on earth are we going to do for choreo?
Yeah, true.
Stand.
We'll be fine. We'll stand.
We'll hold like squares in front of our faces.
Yes, totally.
We're still on the screen.
Yeah,
Very on brand. Isn't it?
We just won't perform. We'll just record ourselves in the rehearsal and play it on screen.
And just stand at the side of the stage.
And watch it and like thumbs up.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining me and like being part of the podcast. I'm so excited for 10 year and thank you so much for listening. This has been Gen 7 and tune in next week for Gen 8. Thank you so much. See you.
Bye.